And I'm going to ask you to kind of look at that and see if you can spot the white pock marks, chips, divots, and dents along the side and the front of the brick building up here. So it's coming up in about half a block. Off to your left, you're going to see a brick house with black shutters. You'll see an open flag hanging in front of it, and that's the one I want you guys to look at. So right here, off to your left. Just look. See right there? So check out the bullet damage. That's what happens when Civil War bullets strike brickwork like that. So who fired those bullets? Northern soldiers, way back on Cemetery Hill. Why would Northern soldiers shoot into a northern town? Here's why. After a full day of heavy bloody fighting, they brought on the battlefield that morning 500 deaths. By the end of the first day, only 91 are still standing. Around the corner, we'll be driving past the monument to the 19th Indiana, off to your right down here. They are also taking a heavy pounding by this unrelenting southern attack. Round cannonball, they had a range about a mile. The trees around you, the park is trying to regenerate an apple orchard that was here at the time of the battle. And also this White House up here. Parks of it predate the battle. But the park doesn't know that yet, so someday if the park is ever able to buy that, then they'll come to renovate that back to its appearance and condition at the time of the battle. On your left, stone walls. The stone walls, they have the same story as the wooden fences. And by that I mean, they were here when the battle began, built by the farmers many, many years prior to the battle. Now look what these Confederate gun crews are doing with respect to now parking the cans behind the stone walls before there's some kind of means of protection. And throughout the whole battlefield, now we're going to see how soldiers on both sides will use those stone walls for cover. So I think you know stone walls can stop bullets. Now off to your left out there, way out there over there at the horizon, that's Cemetery Ridge. As the North now begins to recover from its loss on that first day at the hands of the Southern Army, and now as more and more Northern troops are rushing towards Gettysburg to fight this battle, as they begin to arrive, many of them know this has been meticulously restored. It's almost exactly how it did the day when Lee rode up here, tied his horse to the fence, and walked into that house. So there's now the nerve center of the Southern Army, as Lee now prepares to finish off the Northern Army. Now we're turning into, and we're going to drive through the grounds of the Lutheran Seminary. This is not park property, this is owned by the Lutheran Church. At the time of the battle down there, but this entire northern line is being hit hard on three sides by this massive, overwhelming Southern attack. A Northern soldier fighting for his life that day in the peach orchard said there were so many bullets flying through the air, he said the peach branches were swinging back and forth as if they were in a hurricane. After about 2 hours of heavy, bloody fighting along this ridge, the northern defensive line begins to collapse and now is being driven back by the victorious Southern soldiers. Now victory, it might be in the grasp of the Southern Army on that second day. All these fences would have been knocked down to open up fields of fire for the advancing soldiers. Off to your left front, down across the fields down there, you're going to get a glimpse of a brick barn down there. It's kind of partially hidden by that tall tree. That tall tree, by the way, is a 275-year-old oak tree. They call it the witness trees because they were here at the time of the battle. And as the tree kind of moves out of the way, and the barn now is kind of visible again, you're going to see a black hole come to the side of that barn. That's the original battle damage that was done by the Southern cannonball fighting on that second day. Around that barn down there was a vicious hand-to-hand fight between Northern and Southern soldiers over the possession of 6 Northern cannon, which eventually the South was able to overwhelm the Northern soldiers and capture. So these fields now all around us are now just erupting into deserts of unimaginable bloody fighting. Down this road is going to intensify even more. Down there. But this entire northern line is being hit hard on three sides by this massive, overwhelming Southern attack. A Northern soldier fighting for his life that day in the peach orchard said there were so many bullets flying in the air, he said the peach branches were swinging back and forth as if they were in a hurricane. After about 2 hours of heavy, bloody fighting along this ridge, the Northern defensive line begins to collapse, and now is being driven back by the victorious Southern soldiers. Now victory might be in the grasp of the Southern Army on that second day. All these fences would have been knocked down to open up fields of fire for the advancing soldiers. Off to your left front, down across the fields down there, you're going to get a glimpse of a brick barn down there. It's kind of partially hidden by that tall tree. That tall tree, by the way, is a 275-year-old oak tree. We call it the witness trees because they were here at the time of the battle. And as the tree kind of moves out of the way and the barn now becomes visible again, you're going to see a black hole punched inside that barn. That's the original battle damage that was done by a Southern cannonball during fighting on that second day. Around that barn down there, there was a vicious hand-to-hand fight between Northern and Southern soldiers over the possession of 6 Northern cannon, which eventually the South was able to overwhelm the Northern soldiers and capture. So these fields now all around us are now just erupting into unimaginable bloody fighting. Down this road, it's going to intensify even more. And he's mounted on his favorite horse, Traveler. Many similar soldiers would get named for the horses, and he was no different. They both survived the war without a scratch, and actually Traveler's buried not far from his grave down in Virginia. When you guys visit Arlington, at the top of the hill next to the Tomb of the Unknown, you'll see his mansion, where he lived before the war, before he had to move out. He now became a Southern commander. Now, in the front of the memorial, we've got a really good view of what Southern soldiers might have looked like. So if you're expecting to see fancy uniforms, this is the place. The Southern Army did not have much. They come fast and light. The farmers have these guys. No one has a backpack. Some just have a single blanket rolled up with their shoulder. Some have no hats, some have no coats. The young man there is holding a bugle. Notice how short this jacket is. The South is trying to scrimp and save on material. By this time of the war, the Southern Army has now begun to strip dead Northern soldiers. We're now driving towards Devil's Den, another scene of equally bloody fighting at the same time. The Battle of Devil's Den will last about an hour and a half. And across that hour and a half, possession of Devil's Den will change 3 times. So as soon as you pass these trees over here to your right, you're going to see a ridge line off to your right, and then a mining shaft up there at the top. So over there to the right, thoroughly beat up the Northern Army and inflicted heavy losses on the Northern Army, and the Northern Army now is teetering on the brink of collapse. Lee now is confident that one more push by his men on day 3 and victory is his. So what we're driving up now is Cemetery Ridge. This is now the main Northern position here in the battlefield. The Southern Army, we were just driving out, it's about a mile to your left over there where you see that long tree line over there. All these monuments around you now mark the positions where Northern soldiers stood and fought. Like I said, every Northern unit that was in this battle is a monument. So now we're moving from day 2 to the final day, day 3, 3rd of July. And we'll drop to the top of the hill here, and we'll get off up here, and then we'll out there about in the middle of the field, before they're stopped by a massive amount of Northern cannon shooting at them, and then by desperate bayonet charges launched by Northern soldiers charging down to the field that are successful in first stopping the Southern attack and then pushing the Southern soldiers all the way back past that ridge, and there's farm buildings out there. So by 8 p.m. on the early evening of the second day's battle, these attempt to overpower and overwhelm the Northern Army, thinking back at the aftermath of the battle, to their horror, outside all the windows behind the barn, just piles and piles of amputated arms and legs.